Hey people, welcome to my video, welcome to this space portal to the inner dimensions of the mind, the being, the universe, and everything in between. Okay, so onto the third part of this series, now with the aura and energy of the air signs, and again, not necessarily... You could watch like the videos from the beginning to get like a full picture, but if you only want to look at your sun sign, you could do that. But it's not necessarily just with the sun sign or your normal sign that you know. It could be with any planet. Because every planet at your birth was in the sky, believe it or not, and the sky is mapped with the Zodiac. So every planet has a sign or a position. So when a certain planet is activated, let's say Mercury, which is speech, communication, how you process information, that Mercury, let's say, would activate the sign in which it is. So, let's say you have Mercury in Pisces like me. As you're speaking, as you're processing information, you're doing it in a Piscean way. So you activate your Piscean aura if you want. And of course, every planet represents a body part, so it influences like that. But let's just go and give the general aura or energy of a sign. So, Gemini or air signs. Let's start with air because, it's mostly with the elements or how I approach it anyways. So, air, it's more of a mental energy. It's more detached. It plays a lot in our head, We process air a lot in our head. We're airheads. But, there's always like this little whirlwind in our brain processing information, especially if you're an air sign or if you're activating that air part of yourself. So let's say two Gemini, which is represented by the lungs and the hands, communication, Mercury, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's say you're speaking with a Gemini or two Gemini energies are coming together. It's like the energy is light in a way that it is not graspable. It's not light in the way that it's appeasing, it makes me at ease, or maybe Libra could do that, being in an earth sign, but not as much as like Taurus or something like that. It's gonna be light, but just because you can't really hold on to it, it's air. So their energy, I feel like if you're talking to them, you would kind of feel like their energy isn't necessarily upfront all the time, because a lot of the Gemini or air energy, but I'm focusing on Gemini right now, a lot of the Gemini energy is processing information. And sure, a big part of it is communicated, but a lot is also held into the Gemini's mind. So you could kind of see that in how they play their energy, right? As within, so without. So if in your head you're keeping air, you're keeping information, you're just showing a little bit, it's going to show in your energy also. It's going to be a light energy, but maybe if people are interacting with you, they might feel like you're not fully diving. Like, this is again from my, I got a lot of things in water, but the person's not going to dive deep into it. It's not going to live it. It's like they're going to still be there, but detached, and there's going to be like a front in front of them. Like a front could be seen as something bad, but like just a protection of carelessness. It's like they're protected by not fully being something, by not fully being the idea. So as you're discussing with them, information could be shared, and then you both stimulate your minds. And let's say you're walking beside the Gemini, both of you in your heads are like thinking over the information, processing it, thinking of how you could communicate it. You might even be talking telepathically through the mental realm and not even knowing it, But like Gemini is this really airy energy that it feels like it's in the heart, but it's like the aspect of the heart that's just careless and that doesn't like to hold on to things. It's not necessarily the one that wants to feel everything, right? They are the heart center, they're the lungs. So it's, it's here, but at the same time, like, the way I see the energy, it's like they're detached from it. It's like there's this body, or like they're this little robot in their head controlling their body, processing information. Like, okay, like, let's share this, let's do this, and robots moving the hands and stuff. So like the energy, again, like I can't really give you a color because that's gonna change depending on like your state and what's happening around, but I would mostly say like if they're detached from something, perhaps a little bluish gray. Again, like it could have any color. If you're angry, you're not gonna have that color, but perhaps a little bluish gray. Or if they get excited, perhaps like a yellow color, something that's more mental and that's more vivid, that propels them to be like, whoa, and they're always looking kind of for a stimulation. So since they're an air sign also, and this is good for all air signs, but I feel mostly Gemini, because Gemini's air is a bunch of wind currents at the same time. It's not necessarily fixed like Aquarius or Libra, which is balancing two extremities, two wind current. But if you're given fire to a Gemini, if you're given stimulation for them, it's gonna boost their energy, at least in their head space. They're gonna. So the more stimulation, the more energy that's given to them, the more they're gonna be able to output of their own energy. Okay. Like, air signs are more mental. It's more how the energy plays out instead of like, how it plays out in like an internal way instead of how it looks, kind of like a fire sign. You see almost the energy. You could feel it. You're near them. It's like it's almost burning you if they're not careful, right? So, Libra, is an air sign also, but I feel like they're always they're always waiting stuff together. Like, oh, is this fair? Is this, what about this idea? Does it make sense? Is it true? So, I mean, there's always going to be this relational aspect to Libra, especially, and to air signs, because air signs, they connect everything. Everybody breathes the air. So, it could be, as much as I want to say like Libra is one-on-one, I feel like they're one-on-one with everybody at the same time, So it's like their energy could be everywhere, it could be spreaded, but at the same time it could be focused on someone. Like if they want to focus on you and to share, to commune or to communicate with you, want to share with you, you're gonna feel their energy on you. Like, it's gonna be like a cool little windy breeze, So yeah, that's pretty much Libra, and like it's a very gentle. It's like, picture like something is too hot and there's a cold wind coming in, and just a little breeze that makes it like so you could still appreciate the sun rays, but like it's. So that's kind of how I see Libra. It's an appeasing aura, appeasing color. It's, I want to say like a pinkish aura, again with the Venus, a pinkish aura, like something that maybe like the color of this shirt, like something that it reflects light a lot. So when good is there, you're gonna see it in the Libra's energy. They're gonna portray that, and if it's not there, they're gonna ease up the tension, or they're gonna make things clearer. So perhaps an energy that is more clear, that is pleasing at the same time, perhaps pinkish hues, blues that are more like etherical, spiritual, like not necessarily like a royal or a vivid blue, but like maybe like a little blue like that. I don't know, like a something. And being an air sign, and this goes with all air signs, but like Libra, I feel like their energy gets fueled through fire, or like it travels really easily for whatever reason. So like their air gets everywhere, They're able to get known by a lot of people without necessarily controlling who knows them. Like a Gemini could be like, I want this message to go to that person. So they're gonna have this energetic flow that pushes in energy in a certain way, But Libra, I feel they don't really, pushing the microphone away. They don't really know where they're pushing their energy. They're just doing it, and everybody's kind of getting little bits of it, Aquarius now into the funky fucking sign, and yes, I just swore for them because I feel like Aquarius's energy, or Aquarius in general, for them to know how they want to act, for them to make a mind about what the world is and what they need to give to the world to like shock the right people, to revolutionize the ideas of someone. It could be anything, you know. It could be just like making someone realize that like they might not be all that right about this little thing or that little thing, or it might be something like, oh, like we have to start this movement. But anyways, well, where I wanted to get at is that Aquarius's energy is a lot about breaking the mold. So depending on the energy that is expected of them, if they don't agree with it, if like they feel like it's not like the best for the situation, and like they're a fixed sign, so they know what they want, you know, they don't adapt as much as mutable signs, let's say, but so they know what they want. If they feel like they have to break the mold, they're just gonna give you the opposite energy you're expecting. Or they're gonna show you the flip side of the coin, kind of like Gemini does, but it's gonna be more in a purposeful way, you know, rather than just having the Gemini being like, oh, what about this? What about this? Oh, I you didn't think about that. Well, Aquarius is more like, no, what about this? It makes total sense. You don't, you know. So their energy, as much as we could say like, oh, it's teal, it's turquoise, it's like a bunch of like, woo, weird colors. Perhaps it's just because what's expected of them in our society today is for them to fit the mold, or for them to be dressed a certain way. So their energy, just like how they act, is gonna be opposite of what people are expecting. It could be hermaphrodites. You know, they could have like this duality to them. You know. So their energy, I feel like, really detached, but at the same time, you know, they're understanding. So they don't even have to feel it or to show it, express it physically. You're just gonna know they understand it, because the way they share their information or the way they answer, it holds like a great deal of understanding. So I feel like their energy could be, since they got Saturn in there, it could be really held onto them, like focused. Like Saturn likes to concentrate on stuff, and it likes to make sure things are by the book. You know, whatever book it is. Aquarius's book in that case. And Uranus, the second planet that rules them, or the cool ruler if you want, it breaks onto that structure. So they could be like really collected, and at one point, freaky fuck, collected. Or like really collected or really cool, and at one point just like flipping the fuck out, or like something that incites rebellion, that incites the energetic flow around to change. This is going to be their aura. Really detached, understanding, light, turquoise, magenta, word color-ish, but most importantly, they're just not going to give you the energy you might think they need to give you. You know? And me saying that, if I had an Aquarius in front of me, they'd be like, oh, this dude thinks he's gonna get the opposite energy of what he thinks he's getting. Well, I'm gonna give him exactly what he thinks he's getting, because that's gonna be actually the opposite of what he thought he would be getting. So, you know, like an Aquarius, man. So that's what I had to say about air signs. More astrology stuff on my channel, consciousness videos, ETs, aliens, they're the same thing. Why did I say both? I don't care. Spirits, shits, and whatnot. Subscribe, like, comment.